we talked about it earlier, man, about Apple, man. Apple makes another push. Now, this is major. This one is major when I looked this one up. When I found this one out, I said, oh, I got to tell the Trappers this. Watch this. So Apple, as of right now, they have been working on something for the last 5 years. This is big innovation right here. This is definitely going to change the game when it comes to people with type 2 diabetes. Apple plans a non-invasive way to monitor blood glucose levels without having to prick your finger every day. This will 100% be a game changer for the world and Apple. The device will be inside of the Apple, and it will use a chip technology known as silicone, I can't say the other word, photonics, right? But watch this. There's going to be a laser inside of it that reflects. The laser, when you sweat on a day-to-day basis, that sweat is going to then be absorbed in the back of the Apple Watch. And that sweat, that inside of that sweat is a fluid. That fluid will tap the backside of the Apple Watch, and it will immediately measure your blood glucose. Are we still arguing about Tim Cook and Steve? Are we still doing this? So they tried it before, it didn't work, but then they reevaluated. That's the great thing about a company. Apple, a company, has over $100-something billion in money. What happens? This is called R&D. What is R&D called? Research and development. You figure out something, it goes wrong, you go back to the market. You go back to it. It doesn't work, you go back to it. They're saying they're developing, they say they'll bring it to market by 2024. Of course, they're gonna keep testing it, they're gonna keep seeing. But this is what we talking about being revolutionary as a company. Watch this, yo. I did some research. 1 in every 10 Americans are suffering with diabetes. 1 in 10 Americans are suffering with some type of diabetes. Yo, this is a game changer. Now, of course, it has to work. But when you think about it, revolutionary comes with a price. You don't get it right the first time. Ask Google. They've been trying to make them glasses for 6 years. Every time they put them out, it don't work. You got to keep going until you get it right. But what I do know about Tim Cook and his team is this. They're not going to bring nothing to the market until they get it perfect. That's the one thing I know about him. So that'll be a game changer for Apple. That'll put them so deep into the healthcare. Remember, they already got the emergency thing for the healthcare, like the emergency response on the phone, on the iWatch now. They got the emergency response thing on the phone. They already got the thing where they can measure your heart levels. Yo, if they get into this glucose thing, bro, now we talking about a whole healthcare company. Let that sit in. Apple, the healthcare company. I'm going to just keep it real, yo. I'm going to say this. You need to have Apple somewhere in your goddamn portfolio. Just put it out there, yo. You just need to have it. I'm not saying you need to own a lot of it, but like at least some part of it got to be in your portfolio because the people make up 7% of the market anyway. God damn. Stop being hard-headed. Let's go a little further, man. I ain't going to stay on that too long. I know Tootie heated back there. All right, man, listen. Now, I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say this with the utmost respect. And I'm not saying this, I'm not saying this as we are profiting off of a person's misfortune. Let me put that out there first, Jose. All right? Like, I'm not saying this as we're trying to profit off someone's misfortune, because what we're about to talk about is real and it's serious. What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to bring your temperament down, to take you from panic to encouragement. So listen, man, come join us in Trappers Anonymous. The link is below. Listen, if you want to be helped, if you want to truly make money in the stock market, if you truly want to let your money work harder for you than you work for it, there's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap. Rare diseases are the new gold mine. Did that come out wrong? Is that bad? Shator, am I good with that? Am I good with saying that like that? All right, cool. Because I just want to make sure, like, I don't want to offend nobody, and I don't want to make it like we're trying to profit off of people being ill. You know what I'm saying? But watch this. There are 7,000 rare diseases known in America. 1 in 10 Americans also contact a rare disease. 52% of all drugs approved by the FDA were rare disease drugs. Say that again. 52% of all drugs that were approved by the FDA were drugs for rare disease. Another thing, if a company creates a drug for a rare disease, they won't have competition for 7 years. They have right to that drug for 7 years before a generic drug can even come to market. If it can come to market, depending on the barrier entry in that. Okay? Here's what I want to say. Let's go to that next slide. Let's have another slide on that. Boom. Here's the thing that draws Big Pharma to that. There's low clinical risk, more profitable pathways to the market, pricing and market exclusivity, meaning they can set the price for it and they can set the standard for this specific drug. Go a little further. These companies right here are dominant players in the rare disease drug. Vertex Pharma, y'all know I own that. AstraZeneca is a big player in the game, and so is Pfizer. Now, let's go back all the way to the first one, Dave. Let's go back to the first one. If you believe in it, again, I'm not trying to tell anybody to profit off of this, but what I'm saying is if there's a rare disease, we know that they're going to work, because America is the business, the pharmaceutical business is a huge business. They get to spend a lot of money on creating these drugs. XBI and IBB are 2 ETFs. If you're in Trappers Anonymous, we been gave you this, that you can look at. And what I would do is, what I did with IHI was an ETF that I owned. What I would do is, if this is something you're interested in, don't just do this because Trap's saying it. If it's something that you're interested in, what I would do is I will buy the ETF, and then I will search the company inside of the ETF until I learned about the business and then found out a business that I like. That was so much game just now. Somebody online charged you $19.99. Yo, tonight was a masterclass. And is. So, XBI and IBB are two ETFs that you can use. Now remember, only invest in these if they go with who you are as an investor. So I spent a lot of time learning about pharmaceuticals. I spent a lot of time learning about medical electronics. I spent a lot of time learning about that because I understood how the game is played. So remember I told you, I will never invest in Johnson & Johnson because I know they purposely gave people cancer. Like they knew about it and they didn't change what they was doing. They just figured if I'll just pay some people off, you know, it was a $42 billion lawsuit. Bro, but that don't change the fact that you gave somebody cancer and they got to fight for their life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with that. And that product is still on the market. So for me, it's definitely a difficult situation. But this rare disease, this is a gold mine because the upside potential on this is humongous. Let's move a little further. Now I try to walk on eggshells when I talked about that. Watch this. 1 in 10 people are affected by rare disease. 1 in 2 people are diagnosed with a rare disease, and our children. 1 in 2 people who are diagnosed with a rare disease are our kids. 3 to 15 is common timeline for a disease. 95% of rare diseases lack an FDA-approved treatment. People with rare diseases face 3 to 5 times higher medical costs than people with non-rare diseases. This is why this is 100% a gold mine, not for the person itself. I'm definitely not talking about the people, but what I am saying is because now this is a real stat right here. And so now what happens is companies get to go all in on creating these medicines for that. Now here's the crazy part, y'all. Watch this. 60% of illness and disease come from the food that we eat. I'm not even gonna hit the flame because that wasn't a flame, that was a reality check. It comes from the food. I saw an article the other day that said it's a thing called false foods. A lot of the food that we eating is fake, y'all. And because it doesn't flow with the natural harmony of what's in your body, it creates disease. So people always talk about the sugar that's in fruit. Well, your body can break down that better than it can break down high fructose corn syrup. You feel me? Like the juice that comes from a pineapple or a strawberry, your body has what it takes to break that down. When you drinking a high C, the high fructose corn syrup that's inside the cold drink, your body don't know what that is. That's fake sugar. It's actually 10 times worse than sugar. So when my daughter, I be like, nope, if she do get it, I pour a whole bunch of water into it where it don't even taste like that no more. She be like, Dad, it is nasty. I be like, listen, you either drink water or you drink this. Do what you want, I'm gonna pour a whole bunch of water in it. Your body can't break, your body don't know what the high fructose corn syrup is, so it stores it. And then that aids you into being sick. Now we talking about mucus development. I'm not Dr. Sebi, I'm not one of them people, so I'm not about to get into that because Tootie mad, because we in, but I'm gonna go forward. We'll go a little further, y'all. I'm gonna leave that there.